Hello everybody, 8 o'clock on the 22nd of April, it's a Tuesday. Hello Dragon Diffusion, hello Muff Show, and hello Apollonia Art. Welcome everybody, thanks for joining. So we're here, hopefully you can actually hear me. Yeah, I'm peeking on the microphone, that's good. Okay, how's it going everybody? I hope you're having a great week. We start as we mean to go on. So we're continuing from yesterday. First things first, if you're watching live or you're watching later, don't forget to join the Discord. The link's in the description of this stream. We're here every day at 7 or 8 o'clock, depending on how you look at the summer adjusted time zone, whatever thing. British Standard Time. Okay. So what are we doing tonight? VideoText. So I introduced a text engine workflow yesterday. We're going to take a quick look at that. Obviously we built a version 2 of the node on the live stream. My coffee is looking a little suspicious. I'm not quite sure why. A little bit too much creamer. but I think we'll be okay. Don't forget, there's a new Substack article up today. I wrote an article conversationally. We're going to go over how we're making these as well, because it is another demonstration of the application of AI. This was actually done with a conversation. So I had a chat about the death of criticism. Okay. How ideological capture killed quality in media. 7 out of 10? Ever heard of 7 out of 10? If you know what I mean by 7 out of 10, that's what this is addressing. So yeah, it's up on Substack. There's a link in the Discord. We've got a special section just for the Substack links right above pings. Ta-da! Like I say, it's another application of AI, and yeah, save time, you can get it done. Let's see, my article on FramePack is up, the video on FramePack is up. There's going to be more like that as well, but let's just push the new workflow first things first, and then we can explain what it is. And then we can work on the next one together. So if you want to go ahead and update your repo and download the file straight from DJZ Workflows, I think it's got its own section, text engine. And we're going to be putting more tools. So this is the update. So let's talk about it. What on earth is Substack? Oh, it's like a professional blogging platform. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people write Substacks. So I'm like, hey, I can help you write more Substacks, more faster, same quality. Anyway, it's just another thing I want to do coaching for. So I decided to put up some myself. I'm not trying to like be a Substacker. I just think it's important to have a lot of examples of your work. So that's pretty much it. That's going to be a bit of a theme, by the way, over the summer. We're moving a significant shift towards production, coaching, and tutorials. So a lot of the stuff I'm doing isn't going to be, wow, look at new model, because we are going to do that, but it's mostly going to be, this is how we can use model. That's what I want to focus on. And then I'll show you demo of the full thing. So it's going to be like a quiet little art club for a while, I hope. I think it's going to be a pretty comfy summer. All right. So it's the same as Text Engine V1, but it's now got VideoText. Instead of retro VideoText, it's got VideoText. And VideoText, of course, we added in a whole bunch of new, we've got adjustments now. Okay. So let's say bottom center. Oh wait, no. It's top center. Center. And then bottom center. Because that's the one that goes on top. We want them all to be Empire. So let's just copy the clip space. Make this easy. Because I just left it on whatever the defaults are, but now I want to set it up and use it. Okay, so this one is top center, this one is center, this one is bottom center. Okay. So at the moment, the font size is probably way too small, blah, blah, blah. And the colors will be all wrong, but it'll be good enough to show that it's working. Red box, no. And then obviously we have the obligatory cathode ray with the interleaved at 1.5. Should give us a good result. So here we have one of our guys, one of our bucket head robot guys from Empire. And it's put the first text up there, but it's like massive and green, well, tiny and green, I mean. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then it's going to do the little, did I forget to change? Oh, I forgot to change it. Bottom center. My bad. That's my bad. This one I got it right, though. Obviously, you can't really see the effect when it's like he's got a worrying edge to him. I'm not quite sure where we're picking this edge up from. There must be like some feathering or something going on, which I probably should have a look at trying to reduce, maybe. Is it because... No, it can't be that. I don't know. It's funny, that is. Just getting an edge. Now, we don't get the edge on this one. It's very strange. Probably should take the original image, in-paint out the guy with the mask. You know, use the mask to in-paint out the guy and then overlay it, like I'm overlaying this one. I think the issue is just the mask edge. It's funny, isn't it? Because this is lifted from this image. So we've lifted him from the image and put him back, and we've ended up with a little border. Interesting. Anyway, it works. We just need to change the text size and all that stuff. So what I think I'll do is I'll put in like a primitive system. No, even better. Yeah, okay, we'll do a primitive system for the like parameters. In fact, why isn't it? This is a bit weird. Hang on, I got a bit of a weird thing going on here. I want to get them lined up so it looks a bit jagged to me right now. Let's unpin that so that I can make it bigger, so that I can put that under there, so it's like that one. There's something about it, I don't know, it annoys me. It's just tidier. Have it kinda be the same, like you can read it and go, oh yeah, so this is like got a background swap and this one doesn't. It's the same exact process. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, if I do a parameter for font size, that'd be a good start. So we'll just hook up font size. Just to save me running around and changing them all. Okay, change it to like 150. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Much better. Now we just need to sort the colors out. Obviously I'm going to need a text box. I don't want to do a primitive because they can be a bit buggy sometimes. So if I get a text box and plug that into the actual text section, yeah. Could have used a reroute to make it a little bit tidier, but to be honest, it should be fine. Okay. So you'll see why this is going to be a cool thing. There's two reasons. One of them is a node which I want to develop today, which is called Alpha Border, which should be quite fun. Yeah, Dragon. It's amusing watching other people's OCD. I will make this workflow tidy. I will. It's true though. I do like it to be neat. So, overlay text. Now obviously you could split this into, you know, bottom, middle, top, and you can have something else. Me, I'm just going to type Empire because we're making, like, you know, promotional posters for Empire. That's the idea here. And then obviously I'm going to want to do colors. Now I wonder, is there an RGB picker that you can use? RGB. I've never tried to do it. Maybe I need to install a new node. What's this? No, I thought there might be, like, you know, like a little... I think I probably have to install a node for that, but that's okay. We'll use a primitive. Will we though? Yeah. It's okay. It's going to give me hex. So I'm going to have one for the text color, and then one for the outline color, because what I did was I gave it text outline as like a built-in feature. Text outline, because I figure it's better than a background usually. It's more useful, should be easier to style. So yeah, we're obviously going to go with FFFFF. Let's go with white. We're going to end up with loads of stuff, by the way, because there's so many different things. I was wondering about making like a panel with like a pipe that you could connect, but because then you'd have to make like a different version of the node that just had a pipe, and then it would contain all of the stuff. But hey, this is okay for now. So we're going to do text color, text color, text color. I mean, like a control panel is what I mean, so you can just control it all from one place and then hook up a pipe in your workflow. I think it would be a nice way to do it. Just ideas for making it better, you know? Okay. Because text is quite a crazy little thing to try and nail down. And what I'm trying to do is do it in a way that's like, it's 100% consistent, because it's not AI, it's text. It's just text, you know? And there'll be two things that this can do. One is make t-shirts and posters in like record time, because you can just iterate. Once you've nailed down what you want it to say, you can iterate through folders. And then the other thing, and I still need to work out why we don't get an edge here, but we get an edge here. I'll have to take a little look at that. There's got to be something I'm doing different there. It looks identical. The only difference is I didn't bring in... Ooh, wait a minute. Where am I getting the background image from? So the background image came from here. It's the white from where it was missing. Right. So what do I have to do? I have to either grow, I think I've got to either grow or shrink the mask when I do the composite. Yeah, I think when I do the composite, maybe I can shrink or grow, I'm not sure. Shrink. Edge, mask, shrink. We'll try it with shrink first and see what happens. Don't invert the mask though. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, what else is missing? Just need to do another run to see how it comes out. Obviously I've got it set to fixed, so by changing this we get a different image. What I tend to do is change it and then preview it to see if I actually want to go through, right? So you got a bit of a chance. You can just use RG3 nodes to do Q selected output once you change that. Otherwise I don't really, when I'm just trying to work out what I want it to look at, you know, what I want it to look like. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o, something broke. Oh, it's really small. It didn't break, it just didn't set what I told it to do. Okay, there we go. Right. And what I would have done is I would have changed the color of the one at the bottom to like red or something, or blue, or something. So it's like tag, tag, tag. But I was wondering, I want to get them away from the top. I want to get this up and this down, you know? So let's see with our new controls, what is the best way to do that? I mean, you could probably put them all at the center and then use an offset from there. Yeah, copy's good. Man, it just looks super suspicious tonight. Let's see. Dragon says, can I book an iteration request for the in-painter, as I'd be very welcome an addition. I would very welcome an addition to it. Ah, you want to what? Wait. Are you talking about narrative in painting? Because we're doing that later. Let me know, Dragon. I'll keep an eye on the chat. If you meant in painting in here, I just do it separately. But I think you already know that. I think you meant the narrative stuff. So anyway, at the moment, what we've got is we've got the RGB stuff going on. So obviously, I could turn that off, but it's actually kind of fat for, you know, the colors. You know, it's blue and red, right? Blue and red is like Empire colors. So I was thinking about doing a black outline, but that's kind of boring. So what about if we put the chromatic aberration up to like 10? What's going to happen? Yes, in here, control net in paint. You want in paint in here? I see what you mean, so that you can use the text layer maybe. Yeah, we're going to do a different workflow for that, because obviously we could have just made... What the hell? Did I just break it again? Did I break it with too much chromatic No, something else has gone. Wait, what? Why is it changed back to what? Why is it changed back to... Huh? It's on fixed. Why did it change back to 10? It's haunted. It went back to 10 again. It's haunted. What the... Okay. Math int. No, not that one. Int. Easy use int. We'll have it set to 150, please. That's really bizarre, guys. See, primitives are sometimes a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Primitives are sometimes a little bit weird. This is why sometimes I'm not sure if they're reliable. Okay, so it did work, but it went straight back to 10. So looking at it, 10. Ooh, I reckon we could go further. I reckon we could probably go 20. And looks like I have to edit the node, take the limitation off to make it bigger. Question. What happens if we have an outline of 2 now, though? What happens? I'll just do another cue, it's fine. You are distracting. I am distracting you. I will put the request in Discord. Allow you to fix and retidy your workflow. Thank you. Okay, so when we put the border on, it didn't do anything. I guess the border is only around the text, but you should see it at the top and bottom, so something's gone on there. Outline width 222. Yeah, it should definitely be there. Well, let's turn the chromatic off, because I'm not really testing that today. I just wanted to know how far I could split it, because it would end up with like a blue lead and a red tail, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's kind of on theme. Right. Whoa! Okay, easy there, Sailor. Right. Pin that whole group before I start moving stuff again. Okay, so same thing down here. Take the chromatic off. Put the outline up to like... In fact, let's put it up to like 8. 8. This is why I like to control everything with the primitive as well, because it's like one change will affect them all. I mean, you guys know that, but maybe there are some people who have never never noodled anything, right? Did you ever noodle? Okay. And the noodle's getting great over here, though. It's looking good. It's starting to look like the unresolved Marvel timeline. Oh. There's something going on with this outline. I wonder why. Is it because the outline color is scuffed? It says black. Maybe the primitive is broken? Ah, maybe it's the glow stuff. We'll turn the glow off. I'm just trying to get the hard border right now. I think if you just turn the glow radius to 0, it should disable it. I'm trying to get the node to do what it's supposed to do. It looks like opacity. Do you know what I mean? I think that might be the glow. Oh no, it's not the glow effect. Turn glow down to 0 maybe? I'm just like trying to get it to do its job right now. It can't be padding the characters, can it? That would be silly. It could be though. Ah. No. Nope. That outline doesn't... Does the outline not work? Okay. That's weird, because I'm sure we tested it, and it worked. Alright, well... It looks like an opacity thing. Like a border opacity problem. Let me denoodle them quick for the outline color. And just see if it's the primitive that's sending some weirdness in there. I doubt it. Okay, well, no border works fine. I think maybe just the border code is scuffed. Because this looks fine. Okay, so next experiment. So we're going to put them all to the center. And then we're going to use the Y offset. So let's say 200 and preview where it goes. Where's it going to go? Down there. Okay, so that means I need this one to be minus 100 actually, to keep them all nice and close together. And then this one can be 100. And then this one should be underneath, and that one should be on top. And then, you know, just to sort of accentuate it, I need an online RGB picker. Close enough. Yeah. I want... Give me orange. Yeah, orange is great. Okay. So now I get the text color, unpick it, because I want this one to be different, and go. And then we should get something cool. It might touch. I might have gone too close. We'll see. Ooh, just a little bit too close. But it's getting to where I want it to be. Okay, so hang on. And this is why the outline was so important, because it does add a little bit of finesse to this. So let's go... Do you know what? How big was the characters? 150. So let's do 150. Makes sense when you think about it. It's not really the same scaling system though. I think this is pixels and typeface is a different scaling number. It's not. Ooh, yes. Okay. And now if this had been like a complementary color, or, you know, any other combination, you know. But yeah. So yeah, what I want to do now is I just want to go like, now I've got it right, look, copy, paste, next one, copy, next one, paste. So if I've made a load of changes, you know, there's 3 stages that are different, so I only have to do the copy, clip, space, paste 3 times. And now this end will also, should also have the same. So yeah, we don't need retro video text no more. Ah, did I not? Ah, I forgot to unhook the color, didn't I? Yeah. There we go, and then let's just copy that again. That's my bad. Yeah. It'll only overwrite if they're, you know, got the same hookups. There we go, that's good. Run it one more time. Okay, and then, let me show you. just let it, I think we'll just let it rip, because I think it's just a bunch of dudes in different helmets on the same background right now. So if I just put it to increment and ask for 4, let's go. And obviously this one will be all the same background, which is just one of my assassins. And then in Empire style. And then this puts bucket head on top. And then because we've in-painted a different head on the same soldier, if we were to change the background, same soldier, same head, it starts turning into like a little bit of, oh, character art. The lighting could be a bit better on this guy. Maybe I picked a bad one. It should change though. I think the next one will be different. Oh, it's just this one. Isn't that weird? It doesn't match itself. Yeah, there's something going on down here. It's like transparent and stuff. I think I might have messed something up on the bottom, but up top it's clean. It even blends in with the... Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, that guy came from... There he is. Look, he came from that image. So something's going on. Something's going on. Oh, wait a minute. If we take that one off the top... No, we should take this one off the bottom. There it is. Right. I think that's what I'm supposed to do there. But I'm doing a shrink mask here now. I'm making life complicated for myself. I'm not sure. Well, we did the shrink mask on this one, and I don't think it worked. I think it actually made it worse. Yeah, look, you can see the shrinking, I think. That's the shrinking. Let me put it back over the top, though. Something weird happened. And I think it's... Yeah, let's run it again. Not 4 of them, though. Just the one. Okay, that looks way better. Okay. And then here, nope, it's ghosting. His edge is still ghosting. I think it's the mask shrinking. That's a shame, because I thought that would be nice. But I think I might have fixed it a different way. By actually not pulling from the RMBG output and just using the original image with the mask. Let's see how it comes out. Is it already finished? Bloody hell, this thing's quick. Okay, so it's better, but it's still got the edge problem. Isn't that weird? So it's using the same technique to do the overlay. That's the strange thing. I reckon it's this thing. I reckon it's this thing. Whatever this thing is. Whatever this thing does. See, it's got a mask color. So I got a mask. Hang on. What have I done here? Did I cheat? I think I cheated. I think that's the problem. I've used an image and mask preview composite output pass-through to take a mask and, you know, combine it. But obviously, where's the invert though? Because basically I'm taking like the opposite. Taking the opposite of the image, just the background. See what I mean? Dude's missing. Really what you should do is in-paint the guy out. You know? Use that to in-paint the image. Ooh, so it's like a whole extra step, you know? Isn't that weird how it's easier to just chuck him onto a stock background? Oh, hang on a minute. What happened here? Text is gone. Don't tell me it went back to... No. What happened? Oh, I think it's because I did like a preview. Yeah, I did a preview, so it only did like that bit of the workflow. But yeah, that's really weird, like I say. That this mask, it leaves a white outline. But up here it doesn't. No white outline here. There's got to be something somewhere that I've done different. What did I do? Doesn't look like... I mean, I think the only thing I did differently is this bit here. So maybe that's the mistake. Because it's introducing the white behind the guy. I think that's what it is. It's like where the image is getting cut. I mean, it's not like a deal breaker to... it's not a deal breaker to have like this problem, because really I want to throw him in front of different backgrounds anyway. I was just worried about the resolution problem when you start changing, you know, the size of the output. So let's take a look at some scenes. If I can remember where they are. Well, there you go. They'll be in there, won't they? Let's go with... Nope. Okay. It's a bit low down to the ground, but it's okay. We'll give it a go. So it's going to stretch it. How about fill crop? Should I just ignore the bottom run for now? It works better doing this and just replace. It works better by replacement. It just does. Just for some reason you get this edge. And I think it's the result of how I'm doing this bit. That's the bit that needs to be fixed. This part up here works great. So if I just run it now. So let's just theory craft this bad boy. So if I pull that off and search, image composite mask, we've got source and a destination, which isn't what you want. All you really want is a mask and an image. Image, mask. That's all you want. Join image with alpha. I mean, maybe then. I mean, hey, that might work. It might work. It's worth a shot. Better than that. Ooh, it's transparent instead of white. I think this might be the one. It's better than that, whatever that was. Okay. We might have just fixed the bottom row. It was the wrong node. See, there's a problem. It might be a... oh, yeah. That's way better than before. Way better than before. Put it through the filter. It's looking nice. It's always one little thing, isn't it? Okay, so something interesting happened here. For some reason, the background image went there, and then nothing. So what happened there? Oh, is it because I didn't? Did I do? Yeah. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Something's happening here with the background. Layer image. Ah, layer image is coming from there. Ah. Okay. Well, what about if I actually do take it from here? Slight adjustment. There we go. Now she's in the winter. So we're going to change the text to black, black, white. Black, black, ooh, that means I'm going to need a different one, doesn't it? Yes. So we'll put that down there. We need another primitive. Whoops. Text color. There we go. It's gonna get out of hand. Okay. Didn't actually change it. So busy setting everything up. There we go. Will the outline be white? Yes. Oh, we turned the outline off, so it don't matter. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Check it out. So we've got this one, which looks awesome. This is like the culmination of the vision. I want noisy, glitched out robot Victorians. Here we are. Took about a week. Took about a week start to finish. And now we've got these awesome poster format images that are just like ready for posting to promote whatever books and whatever you make. Sheesh! Welcome, Erics. Glad you could join us. So yeah, and the nice thing about this is it's consistent. So what I can do, I mean, I don't know, it might, the only issue is the reason I wanted it in the middle is because then if it changes from wide format to vertical format to square format, it's still going to be roughly in the same place, right? And then I know this background will be white, so I know that this color scheme is going to work. It's a little bit more hit and miss down bottom when you keep the background. Okay, so I mean, it's on increment. There's loads more images, and it'll just loop round. So at this point, I just put it on instant, and let's take it for a spin. These are all in-painted alternate heads, so it's not going to be that crazy. Let's just move these closer together. They're all sitting in the same place, guys. It's a different guy. Another different guy. Another different guy. Some of these are not canon, by the way. Too much face, not enough helmet. That one's really good. How's it look up here? That's not bad. That's not bad. It's a bit weird because there's nothing for him to stand on, but it's alright. Oh, we've got an... Oh no, it's a glow. I thought we had an edge, but I think it's just a glow. I'll have to look into that. It's cleaner down here. Yeah, these are coming out great. Very happy with these. Like... Different guy, different general. Come on. Which one is it? I don't know. It's that guy. Oh, this is the one that had the weird face. Excellent. Are there heads in there? It's not canon. Now that is canon. It looks a bit weird there. Perspective's a bit weird. He looks really small. probably change the folder to something that isn't just in-painted heads. Okay, it's different. Oh yeah. Very nice. There we go. It's just cycling through my folder of images that I was in painting in the last live, by the way. These aren't like curated. We literally just made these with the in-painting workflow I put up the other day. And you know what? You can't, with all the stuff we've done, there was a visible square around the head on some of them. But I think that after what we've done, it's very hard. You can see, I don't know, I think I can see it, but I might just be tricking myself. There's a square, yeah, you can see it. You can see it. If you look hard enough, you can see the square. But it's almost gone. It's almost gone. From the in-paint patching technique. Bucket heads. This is the Empire world, which we already, I think we already did. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, we were writing that a couple of lives ago. Now that's a tough one because it's such a weird pose. It really tried to figure this one out. Alright. Ah, that was not bad. I wonder how that one looked up there. Wow, that one came out actually pretty good. Looks better in its original background, but that would be the normal state of affairs. Okay, so how about we save this as like V50 and publish that as well. Okay, so now I got 15 minutes to introduce the next bit. So this is going to be fun. So what I'm thinking is a new custom node, but it's got to be, it's an interesting one. My idea is to make a loader which picks from a bunch of preset borders which are square and simply get stretched to whatever resolution they need to be. So they're like, I don't know, 1024 by 1024. And we have all different styles of border, right? You know, ink, splat, lines, squares, you know, all these different jagged edges and things, right? Splat 1, 2, splat 1, 3, right. So the idea is just to have a folder full of square borders, frames, right? And then what this node will do is take an image in and apply the border. Do you know what I mean? Apply the border. And obviously you can make all manner of different ones in a Photoshop with a mask brush. You know, it doesn't take long. Or you can download them. And the idea is already out there. Frames and borders, right? So if I want to start, you know, I'd probably just make it a loader. But here's the thing. It's got to do some stuff. It's got to do the overlay stuff. So it's actually like 2 nodes I've already made. So what I'd say is is it called overlay? I don't think it's called overlay. Alpha? Batch alpha composite. Yeah. So that's one. And I'm just wondering whether to do it as a transparent image, yeah, which we're just going to overlay. So an image that already has alpha that we just don't overlay, or to use an actual mask. I think it's better to just use pre-made images, guys. Because basically it's a negative transparency edge. That's what we're going for. And that's what masks do. So I think it'd be easier to do it with images out the gate and then maybe upgrade it to do masks later. Because all you have to do is make a transparent PNG and save it in square 1024 by 1024. And the idea is that you're going to be using a transparent edge so that when it's applied over the top of something, it kind of like punches holes around the edge in a shape. And then the idea is that you've now prepared whatever square image you generated for being put into something else, like a t-shirt or a poster. So it's like the opposite. It's not RemBG. It's taking the square edge off, right? Because often you'll take something and put it onto a t-shirt, for example, and it'll have that square edge, right? And then, you know, you can use a blending frame to top images. Wait, what? Did I just get booted? Give me my internet back. I think I'm back. Internet just dropped out. Weird. Doesn't happen very often, but I think we're here again. So the top images is a batch of images which is in RGBA. So what I'm thinking is we just stack the same. So they pick the frame which has got alpha RGBA, so you load the frame and then it repeats for everything. So yeah, it's this one. We have to use this one. This is going to be the best base. So what I'll do is I'll download the raw file. I could do this in VS Code, but I want to show you how I do it with Claude in a chat. Let's go, Claude chat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the node in like that. I'm going to put the deep thinking on because obviously he's better at coding when you do deep thinking. And I'm going to say we can. Now there's been a lot of news lately about should you say please or thank you. I would point out that Sam Altman is the guy that told everyone to say please and thank you because AGI was going to remember who was nice and who wasn't. Remember? Wasn't even that long ago. But anyway, what he said was it's costing him millions of dollars, so please stop using the word please and thank you. Thank you. But the interesting thing about that is that if you were to look at all the conversations that AI was trained on, the conversations where people are polite often lead to better outcomes and better detailed outputs. So actually it works, but not for the reason you think it works. And in the same way, if I was to do this prompt we're about to do, if I said, can we, that's a question, right? If I say we can, that's a statement. And that's really important when you're talking about vibe coding or egg coding with LLMs, whatever you want to call it. Elicitation is probably one of the most important things because he can do it, but if you ask him if he can do it, he'll probably write you a report on how he's going to do it and why, because you asked him a question about it. But if you say we can, he'll just get on and start doing it because he can do it. So we can do it. We can do it, not can we do it. Anyway, it's just a little point that will help your prompts. It'll make all your prompts have better outputs because you get better outcomes. Anyway, so we can create, I can spell, create a new custom node for Comfy UI. I'm giving it context. We're going to create a new custom node for Comfy UI. Context, right? And then I'm going to say named. So I'm going to tag onto the end of that breath, named. And I'm going to say frame alpha. Let's call it with an F. Frame alpha composite. Frame alpha composite .py. Right, nice and memorable. Should probably call it border. Yeah, I'm going to change that. I think border's better. Border composite alpha. Yeah. Ooh. Steady on. Steady on. We're not shouting at him. So we can create a new custom node for Comfy UI named border composite alpha.py. All right, which will be directly based upon, and then now we name our source, batch alpha composite.py. Yeah, with the following alterations. Okay, and now we can just do a bullet point list of what we want. Now, if you remember, we were looking at the README and I was looking at it and I was going, all we have to do is use a loader that looks to a path for an image, which we can then select by its file name from a drop down, and then it will be repeated for the length of the input batch. And then there's no other changes needed. So that's what I'm going to tell him now. Okay, so I need to use precise wording. So top images input. Okay, the top images input. Top images input. Why am I still bold? Oh my gosh. That just annoys me. There, fixed it. Right, this will be removed and replaced with an image loader. No, replaced with a drop-down list populated with file names of .png, yeah, with the file names of all, with the file names of all the .png images inside slash, and it's going to be borders inside the borders folder. We can assume this exists. That's important because he might get messed up and try to be like, I can't do it because there's nothing there. Don't worry, you can get him to just keep going. Okay, next. The user can select an image file name from the drop down list. This image will then be repeated for the length of the input batch. Okay. Now where is the thing again? I gotta get exactly, it's called bottom images. Did I record the wrong thing just now? It should be top and bottom. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Okay, for the length of the bottom images input batch. Then combined with the combined in the normal way. Okay, I don't want to like mislead him with too many instructions. In the normal way, according to the existing logic. Right, that should be a pretty good start. Okay. The output format of the node must match the example shown in the bath alpha. Nice. Composite pi to ensure compatibility with comfy UI for formats. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, you could just go into Klein and say, make me a new node that. Here's an example. That would also work, but I like to show how you could do it with a chat every now and then. This will still work fine. See, there, here's my code. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo. And if it doesn't work, I can just change it. So here we go, border. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's looking good so far. One thing to note is borders doesn't exist. The drop-down will contain a fall-down entry. No borders found. .ping. In a production environment, you might want to handle this case differently. You idiot. I said assume it exists. He still made a fallback. He couldn't help himself. So anyway, I need a different VS Code because I've already got one open to show you something else in... Wait a minute. We better make this quick. It's almost coffee time. Oh my goodness. What's this? VideoText. That's what we're working on. So yeah, close that. That one already works. So we want to get the pi. Drop it in. Change the name because that is shocking. Oh. Okay. So essentially what it is you always get crappy file names out of the chat. That's another reason I don't really use it as much anymore. But you can't have dashes. You have to have underscores or just do capital letter first word naming, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just going to copy this. No, wait, even better. I'm going to copy this. So let's put our init reference for the new node in. Oops. And we can have some spaces on the actual display name mapping because that's the label in the conf here. So, right, hopefully that'll work. So let's go to a thing here. Yeah, see, that's weird because the border worked fine on this image. See what I mean? I wonder what changed. Maybe it's because I made it too big. It's probably because I tried to make it too big and it can't do it. Oh well, good to know. I wanted it to be able to go bigger. Anyway, so let's just mute that. Give it a restart. Oh, make sure the files are saved. Yeah, they're saved. Okay. And then we can see if it works. Even though we haven't done the important part yet, which is... Was it that one or that one? No, it's this one. The important part was we had to create the folder called borders. And then we're going to need something to demo it. So I'll include a couple. Let's just bust one out real quick. It's going to be a bit ropey, but it's fine. So for this stunning piece of artwork, we're going to need an image editor. We're going to go ahead and make it a 1024 by 1024. The DPI will not matter for this one. 72 is fine. Yes, thanks you. What the hell happened? It changed one of them and then... Okay, that's alright. You know, it's world-class software. So here we have a black image. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is a border. Now, there's probably tools that can just generate them, right? But my initial gambit is going to be an eraser tool. Eraser tool. And it's going to make it... No. Wait a minute. You double click to unlock. Put the transparency underneath. Oh, you monkey. What just happened? It's going nuts. Alright, we've got it back. It's that one I wanted to just delete it. So we've now got a transparent layer. Awesome. It's just a transparent image, right? Oh god. I think this is why a mask actually might be the smart play. As I think about it now. But if I just wanted to make a border, it's just going to be solid. I want it to be transparent, so... Alright, well anyway. Let's just make something. So we have the thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase, like, the middle first. Can I make this bigger, please? And we'll sort that out in a minute. So let's just... Okay. Oh my gosh. I was wondering. Whoops. Oh, never the first draft. I think actually it's just do the middle. Just get an ellipse and just take it like that and then just cut it out. Something really simple just so I can test this stupid thing. There we go. Just save that. That's not the save button anymore. That's the per month features. I don't... Right. There we go. Okay. Wait. What? Ooh, let's just save it in place because it gets too complicated otherwise. Straight into DJ Z nodes, please. Border. Where's border? Hey, I'm blind. Okay. Basic. I'll worry about it later. Like I said, I'm trying to put the idea together as we build it. Just keep going. No. It don't even matter. Okay, so there it is. We have an image, which is a frame with a transparency. So we get rid of the corners and we end... Well, we still have black corners, but again... Details. Let's see if the node works. That's all I'm interested in, really. So, border. Look, there's a really cool border thing. I could just use that. Save myself the bother. You're wasting too much token. Yeah, why not PLZ, please? A border composite alpha. Load a video. Load a video. Where is it? There we go. There's Bob. And then we want to do a combine video. We'll just do it to the video and turn off the output. Okay. No borders found .png. Don't give me that. Don't tell me I put it in the wrong folder. What? Hold up. Where is that then?
As I did.
What? Where's... What? Has it made a different folder which I haven't seen? Where's no borders found? I don't even have that. That doesn't even exist. Something's wrong. Uh-oh. So where's it looking? Let's have a look. So it says, look in the borders folder. Uh-huh. Hang on a minute. I think I'm going to check one of my other nodes where I'm doing that and see how I did that. I'm pretty sure it's just like that, but maybe I'm wrong. That's a bad example. Where is it? Ah, that one will do. Ah, see, path, join, dear, screen gen. See, it should be more like that. It should be that. Or something. Instead, I just got this. Ah, if not... Okay. Wait a minute. Seriously? Guys, I think that was it. Oh my god. It puts slashes in the path when you don't need them. Alright. Yeah, see? Expected... What? Yeah, it's asking... Yeah, wait. I can't find it. But I tell you what, though. I'm long overdue. Oh, wait, okay. Wait for it. Refresh. Seriously? Okay. Okay. Alright, fine. I'll ask. Yeah. Claude? What have you done? At border composite alpha is supposed to load .png from a drop down list. Oh my god, that drop down, yeah, in a drop down list. Yeah, drop down list by loading the file names from the orders path. An example order basic.ping is in place. We can adjust the image loading logic for the drop down list. There. Okay. We broke it. And now we gotta fix it. To be fair, when it's a brand new piece of code, it never worked. So we actually had two choices. Remake it from scratch or do this. Normally I'd just remake it from scratch or just build it in here in the first place. but let's see, look, borders, slash borders. So it was actually 2 slashes, but it was also missing the logic. So yeah, I was right and I was wrong. It was missing a bunch of stuff, but it was also not the slashes. I'll admit defeat, but it's only the battle, not the war. That looks much better. That looks like the one we looked at a minute ago, huh? Alright, cool. Now we can do a restart. It's really quite painless. I can remember having to develop with other things in the day, like pre-AI, and you'd be like, make one change, save it, shut the entire server down, start the entire server back up, log back in over SSH, check it, still broken. Change one thing, turn it off, turn it back on again. Oh my god, it would take you all day. So I do love this just rapid projection where it just fits. It just fits. I communicate my intent to the machine, and then the machine makes it fit. And if you are doing it right, it will do precisely what you wanted. Hallucination is actually a way to bleed creativity out of a model. It's not a bad thing. Obviously it depends what you're doing. If you're trying to like predict the stock market, then hey, that's one way of using AI, right? We're in generative media, so it's a little bit different. Dragon says, I have to use a super stripped down comfy for fast reloads, as doing it in my fat comfy would take hours. Yeah, it's true actually. One thing a lot of people do with the making the workflows and that, they're actually using a CPU based comfy, and they don't make images. They're just making the workflows. That is a thing that people do. How popular they are, I couldn't tell you, but I know that's a thing. It used to be advertised as a feature so that you could save GPU time. You know, build your workflows with the CPU instance, and then when you want to generate, switch over to the GPU. It's a quite cool way of doing it. You just end up with more free users that aren't even generating images, though. Don't think it worked. Right, so should we try it? Well, that doesn't work. Wait a minute. It actually said that it found it this time. Yay. Did we have to refresh? I think we have to refresh, even though it did load now. So yeah, we fixed it. Boom. Let's run it. Come on, I want to see my overlay. Oh my god, 1801? Stop. I'm only trying to do like 90 frames. Okay, just calm down, mate. It was going to do like 1800. What is 1800? What's that, like 15 seconds maybe? I don't know. Hey, 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 we've got a border. So this is like, oh no. Oh, damn it. I forgot to. That's got nothing to do with the effect. So this is the beginnings of a system, okay? The beginnings of a system where you can have custom edgings, and obviously you can use whatever blending technique, whatever shape you want. It doesn't matter. You're just using a PNG image for this. Now I might change the way I'm doing it, but at the moment it's like so simple anyone could do that. And obviously it will work with an image just as well as it will work with a video. But I wanted to do it like this. Yeah, I know it's just overlay a transparent image, but like I said, I think if you get inventive, you know, like the film look edge, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. All kinds of stuff you can do. Anyway, I might also think about doing it when you pad with black around it as well, because if we were to now pad this, that's an interesting idea. If you do outpaint padding, let's see, I think it's like black bars v3 or something. V3, I think V3 goes outside. So say this, I want this in 16 to 9. So let's just do that. It'll put the black bars outside of this. Yeah? So it won't change the size of it. There. Check it out. Okay. I think you can see where can you see where I'm going with this? You get your little cool little opacity border, and then you pad it out. You don't need to upscale it necessarily, right? So it's like ways of getting free resolution, if you see what I mean. Because if you just blend it out, well, why are you blending it out? Well, you might want to put some text here. You might want to do some stylistic stuff, so it makes it always match. And then, you know, anyway. So yeah, we're always coming up with silly ideas. But yeah, so you go from this to this. Now, obviously, look, I'm trying to sort of emphasize the idea here. It would have looked like that. You see, black bars, the black bars, right? And the idea is that because you've built this border style, now you've got a way to blend it in. Keyhole movies. Yeah, that's one thing you could use it for, I guess. But it'll go into all kinds of stuff. So look, we could say, oh, you want to put an old video without sketching out the video, and you want to put it into like a Reels type format. Oh, there you go. And then we get our text overlay node. You put your thing up there, you put your thing there. You see where I'm going with this? The tools are there, but they're kind of hidden in plain sight. Anyway. So yeah, like I said, I could put the video text on this, look. Have it above here, above there. Okay. So it's like, it's just the application of stringing a few things together. But yeah, this is the intent with border composite. I'll make some cool borders in Photoshop and get back to you. Because I get confused thinking about what I'm trying to do. Really, I think what it is you just need like radial blur and turn that into transparency. I'm not gonna go nuts and start doing crazy stuff now. We've already looked at this enough, and I'm 20 minutes overdue for my coffee time. Be right back. And it's not just the coffee. That coffee machine is slow. Alright. Race against time. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into it. Doop. We're back. So then. We created Border Composite Alpha. I'll come back to that in future. Probably V2 will have a few more options. But for now, this is like the basic idea of what it's supposed to do. So, mission complete, Snake. So the first thing we're going to have to do is push an update for DJZ node. It's got 2 nodes to update. No manual for this one yet, but I'm sure I'll get around to making it. I think it's more important I just push it. Sometimes I'll like wait too long. Lately. So where the heck is that gone? Ah, there we go. Refresh. And it's those 2. There we go. 2 new nodes. That's text, video, text yesterday, and Border Composite Alpha today. Had a little bit of a break. We also did Zenkai depth prompts. That's a really good node, actually. You definitely need to use that. Pre-bake your depths and then pair them with prompts. Bake it from your data set. It's a nice system, very lightweight. Excellent for control net. I should probably well, no. Where are we going next? So text engine is cool, but what if it was cooler? So what I'm going to do is convert it. So let's just save it. I think I already uploaded this, didn't I? It's gone now. I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. Yeah. Oh no, that's V40. So I don't know what the difference. I can't even remember what the difference is with V50 now. Probably I tweaked a few things, but that's not important. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this into video. So text engine, and I guess I'll just say video, because up until now it's just been image support. Go to V60. Let's see, if we just move a few things, it'll be a little bit easier to understand what I'm going to do here. So obviously we got load image batch. There's an increment figure for the index, and then there's a path which is, you know, to load the image. So we're going to do my load video directory v2. Okay. And then we need to just drag we need to get scammed. There we go. Path. There we go. Cool. And then I can literally take the frames. I'm getting scammed big time today. There we go. File name text. Yes. And then this one has essentially been ripped out. Get rid of that now. Slightly different size, but it'll fit. SDXL, it's going to change it to. That might actually upscale it, because a lot of these videos are quite small. If you're having trouble, obviously you can try doing SD, but it's not really the point. You want to keep it. I might even not do the resize, actually. Might even just break that, but and then you could use original width and height actually to see. Yeah, that's gonna work. We'll go with it like this first. So there's a couple of things. So this we want to put on to, we want to turn JIT on. This needs to be a video or have a repeat for the same length. So it's probably worth using KeyJai's get image size. Where is it? Come on, mate. KeyJai's get image size comes with a count. Okay, so we can use that to drive the repeat image. Not that one, that one, or any other one. There's a couple of them. go with this one. Repeat image. So we'll go count, hook that up. And then, so now you can, let's see. Yeah, do it on that side. Multiply by, it's got an input, it's not one, it's whatever the length of this is, so whatever it gets, it should be, yeah, in theory. Just wondering if I take it from there. I think that is the best place to take it from, so we'll have to find out. You could probably make it a bit faster by doing a couple of like image selects, so like they're all the same, so we don't need to like do everything on every frame every time. So we could use select image 1 to actually get the output. But then again, you might think, well, it might just do the same things. Do you know what? I'm not going to complicate things. I always start trying to make him efficient, but we should just see it work first. Okay, now actually, that select node would have been good for one thing, which is how do I check? So a lot of people say, how do I check? Because with a video course, you can't just do a select image. It'll give you every single frame in a grid, which is like waste of time. So we want to do this. Just put in a select image 1 and get the first frame, and that'll save you a bit of headache. You can right click there, Q, and that will give you the ability to just check that, you know, that specific stage. So any preview I see for a video workflow, I'm going to go ahead and just do that upgrade. Let's get these guys inside the box, shall we? That's good enough. Okay, so we've got a buttload of previews down here. So yeah, there's no point in doing the whole workflow every single time, you know? I mean, well, it's still going to do everything in front of it, so... But the point is, it won't run the entire thing. It'll only run to get the preview you want. And like I said, this is why the nodes are so good, because you can just break it up, put something in the middle. There's always, like, you know, there's so many nodes. The community's made so many nodes now. It's just outrageous. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at like 1 million nodes or something silly. Now, to be fair, once you know it works, you can delete all the previews, because they do take up time to do when you run the workflow. It's not a lot, but if you're running a lot, you know, you could delete them for speed, is what I'm saying. Once you know it works and you have confidence that each stage is working nice, you don't need to see every single one every time. I just delete them. Okay? But then they're useful for like probing and debugging. If something goes wrong here, you can just queue that one and make changes to fix that bit, and then proceed through until, yeah. We're gonna need combined video for this one. So let's just get a couple. So yeah, let's just set this one up. It's gonna want 30 frames per second. Force rate 30. I just want to match it front to back. You can pick whatever number you want, just make sure it matches. Unless you know what you're doing. So file name in the file name, images in the images, and delete. That's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, it still didn't like that for some reason, so yeah, okay. There we go, that's better. Weird. Let's try that again. We'll just do it like that. Delete. Okay. File name in there. Images in there. And delete. File name in there, images in there, and delete. Now, there may be more we need to do to make this actually work. See, the thing is, sometimes it doesn't like you just making it video like that. Sometimes it's like, hang on a minute, what the hell do you think you're playing at? And it'll complain, right? But if that happens, I'll just convert some things to batch. I think it should already be a batch, but we'll see, won't we? So let's just set the max frames to 90 so we can test it works. And now I need to find a folder full of videos real quick. It's in here somewhere, right? Have I done any video gen lately on here? No. But I have done the companion, so I could take video what I made earlier. Yeah, let's do that. We'll use this guy from Frame. I want to say Frame Dump then. Frame Pack. Like that. Companion. So it's just a directory. And if I put it on fixed and 0, there's only one video in the folder, so yeah, so let's say text engine video. Move this back now. Change this to text engine video. Change the version to 70. Come on. Yep. Save as. Yep. Export. Now then, let's see if it needs more work. Sometimes that's all it is. It'll throw errors very quickly if it's not. But this should be cool. If this works, this should look really cool. It's a question of whether I need to convert these as they might be lists, not batches. I think they're batches though, we'll have to see. Yo, Jacob Dahlstrom, welcome, welcome. Dragon says, I love how you navigate through all of your nodes like a kid navigating a 6-foot bucket of Lego, looking for the blue bending brick with white stars on it amongst the 40 million other bricks. It's true. That's almost too relatable, mate. I even step on the wrong piece of Lego sometimes, live on stream. Hey, do you know what? I messed up. Look, I broke my rule. This is what I was talking about. I forgot to get a select image on there. So, yeah, I should have put, you know what I mean. I missed one. I missed a bit, guys. It happens. So yeah, we didn't need to make this crazy grid of 90 images. Oof, we just oomed. All right. I feel it. So it looks like we actually oomed on the upscaler part, which is actually okay because I can do the upscaler part separately in batches and break up the job. So I'm not really bothered if I can't get, post effects. How big is it? 960 by 1152. So anyway, here is the output with no upscaling and whatnots. You see how when it hasn't put the noise over the top of everything? But look, he's actually, look, I love it. He's yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to see. But why didn't it do the top one? Because it broke? We're going to do it again. I want to see what happens with the top one. Because that one changes the background as well. And it's like the wrong size as well, if you see what I mean. It's like totally the wrong... It's 2432 by 1792 though, so there should be enough room to crop clean in the middle, which is what I'm aiming for. But yeah, I think as you can see, if you've got a video of a subject, this will allow you to put text both behind and in front of the subject in the final animation. I do think that this really sells it, but as I say, I can just put that in a separate, like a workflow. Well, I've got one, it's called Video Companion, and it's got interpolation as well. I think we'll actually jump over to that workflow in a second to finish these off, because these look really nice. Okay, so we've got a frame pack output, and then we've used my video text. It's got loads of options. You've got font, true type font support, lots of positions, offsets, padding, line spacing, letter spacing, color, glow, chromatic, even text alignment inside the thing. I don't know how that actually works, but hey. Let's just save that. Because I want to show you how it finishes, because at the moment it's just a little bit too much. Oh yeah, it's not bad. The edge could be a little bit better. It's very flickery. Okay. So if we go to my VidGen Companion, what the heck? Okay. If we go to my VidGen Companion, which we made yesterday, let's just choose a video to upload real quick. Let's take that one, or let's take that one. That one looks better. Open that one. Now, there are 90 frames. So back of the napkin calculator use tells me that if we divide that by 16, it doesn't work. Oh no. So what is 6 times 16? It's 96. What is 5 times 16? 80. So I could do 5 times 16 and cap the movement to 80 frames. That's one thing I could do. But the other thing, of course, is I could just split it into 10 batches of 9. So that's what I'm going to do. No, wait, hang on. I could do 5 batches of 18. Even better. So yeah, 18, 5 batches, 90 images, done. Just in case you're wondering about my crazy math. 90 divided by 18 is 5. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So we can, it is 90, so I don't need to set it to 90. I think that's everything I really need to do here. But because it's 90 frames, remember, it was blowing things up, right? So that's why we're breaking it up using the Media Batch Manager. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. It's the same effects. Yeah, same effects. The cathode ray, followed by the fast interlaced upscaler V. Wait a minute. Did I actually get this thing to work in the end? Oh my god, I'm going to have to release this. This is different from the original workflow. The other one has the V2, which is like, it's good, but it'll blow up if you try to 4x it. Oh boy. Alright, let's give it a blast. So much fun to be had. My god. So yeah, what I was just blithering on about there was I made an interlaced upscaler which exploits the 1080i interlaced format. So you give it 720p and it will 1.5 times it up to 1080p. But then I exposed the 4x mode, right? So it's obviously that means a lot of interlacing. So what is interlacing? It's not interpolation, but it kind of is, but it's interpolation of the rows. The number of the rows going from top to bottom on the page. Because that's what they did, see? They did a little trick. They were selling 720p TVs as 1080i, and they'd call it HD, but it wasn't full HD. And that's what they were getting away with for a long time. Probably early 2000s, mid 2000s sort of area. Everyone's forgotten about it now. So I built an upscaler that does that. Now, obviously I use, well, not obviously, there's a README that comes with this in the node repo, but you can go advanced, bicubic, Bob, which is my preferred. And I usually do Edge Enhancement 3, but recently I suspect it might be causing a striping. But it kind of looks like a sticky printer roller. And I'm like, actually, it's adding authenticity I didn't expect to get. So I don't know. But this one doesn't make tiling. Dragon Diffusion says, I remember HAM or HAM on the Amiga, which was one of the first interlaced form of graphics. There you go. Sometimes old technology can give us a little boost. But like I said, for 1.5, so its intention was the intention for this tool was to take you from 720p up to 1080p. That was what it was for. Okay. But I wanted to make it better. Now I can't remember how the motion compensation works, so let's look it up. It's funny, I got so many of these damn nodes I don't even remember half the time. I'm so lucky I was like obsessive enough to document it. So where the heck is the video interlaced fast? There it is. V4. Okay, so upscale nodes, GPU accelerated CUDA, batch processing, motion compensation. See what I mean? Flexible precision, full half. So I've got it on half. Okay, so fastest uses bilinear. Fast is Lanczos without motion compensation. And then balanced is Lanczos with basic motion compensation. And then quality is the full set with edge enhancement. So the edge doesn't even do anything unless you put it on quality. I forgot about that. And then here we have the range of inputs you can use. And look at that. It's crazy. It claims to be able to do 4x from 7,000. It's insane. What are you talking about? You're like 30, what's that, 32? 28? I don't even know what that is. Anyway. So motion compensation. I can't even remember how I did it. Like a wandering dream. Motion compensation. How did you do the motion compensation? Use quality mode for final renders when processing time isn't critical. Use fastest for preview and real-time application. See what I mean? I really went ham on this upscaler, guys. It's kind of funny. So let me have a look inside of it real quick, because I need to remind myself. I don't remember. Okay. So if I said use half, it enables FP16. Huh? What? Hang on. Wait. That's funny. Fastest upscaler. Interpolate. Numpy. UN8. UN8 for OpenCV. Fast motion compensation. Temporal blending. There you go. There it is. Check it out. See that? Isn't that crazy? So it does actually blend forward frames by cloning and overlaying and stuff. Well, not overlaying, but you know what I mean. That's really interesting. I couldn't remember how he did it. That's how he did it. For the motion compensation, anyway. Sobel. That's the edge enhancement. Now, where is the... I think it must have already gone past the other bit. Okay, well, anyway, just for the fun of it, for anyone that's interested, there it is. And you could obviously just look these up at your leisure, because we're just on Mushroom Fleet, GitHub, DJZ nodes. You know, you go ahead and pull them apart, fork them. The idea was this is supposed to be a repo of examples because there aren't really enough examples of working nodes that you can just pull apart. They're all written in the same way, and a lot of them come with an MD file. So many references and ideas of what to do. I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface, to be perfectly honest, but I think we've got a good outing on show. Now, where was I? We were looking at this. So yeah, we're currently on fastest. I would put it to quality, guys, but I got a funny feeling it'll just explode. So let's take a look at how it looks. Wow, look at that. I'm going for old TV. It's struggling to play it back because it's like 4K now. Hang on, if I just save this. Look at the size. 3840 by 4608. And it's... Oh, I know why it's playing in slow motion. No, it's not. My bad. And it's in 60 FPS now. So it's 4K, 60 FPS. How'd you like that? Yeah, it's a bit blurry, sure. But to be honest, like I said, that's what I'm going for. And if you look at the orange, even the text is noised. So it all fits. And I'm pretty sure this is going to get sharper. Oh, and also remember, we're using half precision and fastest right now. Do you know what? Okay, I want to put this to 2x so it won't explode. Let's try the quality setting. I'm going to leave it on half precision though, because there's also a batch size. If you've got a super meaty GPU or a cloud, you can go for like high batch and it'll be even faster. But like I said, these are just things that we made like at Christmas time-ish. I was trying to get ready for the video stuff because I could see it coming. So yeah, we're going to go from whatever that was, 640 or something. I'm not sure. Just double it this time, but quality mode. Let's see what the difference is. That was still fast as hell. Did I put the edge enhancement on? I might have forgotten to turn it on. Damn. I love the chromatic, man. The chromatic's fat. Hang on. So, what do we have? Motion comp is already on. Right. Oh, that's not actually it. I forgot. It's in batch mode, isn't it? So it's got like another 4 batches to do before we see the results. But it's going to be 1920 by 2304, which is respectively 2K plus. 2K plus. Or maybe exactly 2K. I'm not sure because the aspect ratio is funny. I do not deal in absolute portrait mode. Alright. So while that's cooking, it's time to switch. Tower. We were building the tower last night, and it's finished. It's done. It's complete. Complete. The trilogy is complete. We did 2 books yesterday, and I did the upscaling last night, evolved the story buckets, and then we did a new way of writing the final. So I decided to like architect what the final book would be. So rather than letting it sort of to chance or to simulation rules, I decided to get in there and like really mess around with it. So I hope it didn't ruin it, but this is my plan. Here's my book 3 plan. Tower Raiders, Depths of the Chromatic Forge, concluding expedition chronicle for the Spellwick archives. We have our characters, Thimbletack with justified paranoia, and so on and so on and so on. This is our comedy magics thing. I don't normally write this genre, so it was fun to do, and it was extremely wacky. Okay, extremely wacky. It's supposed to be a satire, I guess. It is funny in many places, but it does seem like it might be trying a little bit too hard in other places. Obviously, a human editor would come in there and like cull the extreme silliness that goes too far, but what I want to do is put it out as is so that people can see what the output would be. Aside from like obvious mistakes, like for example, if there's like say at the end of page 5, Claude says something like, "Would you like me to suggest anything else?" Right? That would get cut out. But apart from like what I call obvious cropping, the actual storyline is untouched. Because I want to show what it actually looks like. Like, here's a good example, actually. Check it out. At the end of page 5, halfway through, look, we got epilogue, the aftermath. There's some kind of remnants of markdown format, okay? Now, if you copy this correctly into a manuscript, that will actually make it an H2 heading. So it's not always a big problem, but it's that kind of thing that you might, you know... For example, here, look, it's always using the name of the book for every chapter, you know, stuff like that might get cropped out, but the body of text is untouched. Because I want people to know what they're going to get. I want them to see, this is the standard, right? And like I say, we've got this trilogy, we've got the Outpost trilogy, and we've got the Empire trilogy. So that's 3 trilogies, 9 books, 5 days. And if I'm being real, I haven't even felt that well this week. Like, I had a bit of a problem with headaches. I don't normally go on about stuff like that, but it's because I do too much screen use. Even though I'm not even looking at the screen all the time, it's just too much, you know? Sometimes it's just too much. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is 5 days, 9 books. And that's 9, not just 9 books, it's 3 thematically sequential books across 3 different genres with all different world, all different characters, right? And I did it all live. You just watch the last 5 days of streams and you'll see it's all right there. But yeah, like I said, I think, did we even start this yesterday? I think we actually started this trilogy at the beginning of yesterday's stream, you know? And I think by the end of the stream, we'd written 2 books, but not upscaled them. Interestingly, when we do the upscale, we're using our unified narrative operator, and it's customized with the artifacts that we use to generate the books. All the characters, everything's in here, okay? And obviously at the end of writing the book, you evolve the artifacts so that now it reflects the stage 2. And then at the end of book 2, you evolve the artifacts and start book 3. And like I said, this time I really went overboard with customizing that final plan. So like if I go to that right now, where is it? Book 3 plan, okay. So yeah, I put in like structural notes, what's going to happen, all of the loose threads that were unresolved from the first 2 books, you know, consistency with the thematic elements, things that are going to happen, right? And then like an actual breakdown of every chapter. Obviously I wrote it in a conversation with Claude, so I didn't write I didn't type it out. What I did was I went, I want this to happen, and then I want that to happen, then he'd print it. I go, no, not like that, I want this. It's more like a directorial conversation, which somebody else is writing down. Have you ever seen like some guy pacing around a room while there's another guy in the corner writing it down? That's the energy. This is like Victorian or Industrial Revolution era, like the AI is your guy in the room writing everything down. And then when you tell him, nah, make it sound better than that, he will. Okay. It was kind of interesting. But yeah, basically we break down everything that happens. It's underground. I decided the first book was all about a tower. The second book was about the Sorcerer's Revenge. They get captured, okay? And then they escape. And then in the third book, they're criminals somehow. And they have to go into this mine shaft. It's like a dwarven mountain. Okay? But it's all very silly. Loads of jokes and silliness. If there's one thing I didn't like, basically it's like we had to go for this chromatic theme thing. This chromatic theme thing, because it was hinted at in book 1 and 2. So it seemed like a good thing to sort of go off for. And it kind of got a bit out of control. The chromatic codex is like the ultimate plot line for this trilogy. But anyway, I'm sure you'll be more interested when the book actually comes out, because it will be coming out, because I'm going to be showing you how to do the formatting and the publishing side of things in future shows. Alright, epic. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know this one's done now. And so yeah, I'm looking for another genre to do. I thought we could do like the X-Files or something. I don't know. Like X-Files, find Egypt pyramid in Antarctica. It's basically what happens in the movie, right? But anyway. Alright. So, we've made the video version. Oh my gosh. We made the video version. And the video companion. Whoa! What happened? That's cool though. I don't know how I did that, but... How did I do that? Maybe the colour bleeding? I don't know. I've never seen it do that before. Put the quality up. That's weird though. It seems to have changed it for some reason. I don't know why it's done that, guys. I'll be completely honest. Something. Maybe there's something wrong with the quality mode. It worked great on fastest, which is what it was built for. So what did it take? 54 times 5. So that'd be like 4 minutes. And then what was it before that? 56 times 5. 6, so it's about a minute per go. Times 5, so... pretty good. 4K in 5 minutes? It's pretty good. But is it sharp? No. You want sharp, it takes longer. Fringe was better, says Dragon. Yeah, Fringe was fun. He had pieces missing from his brain. That was a fun show. It got a bit crazy towards the end, though. Very cool, though. It does look cool. I mean, look, if you can make this, if this is like a consistent thing, but normally I would actually use an effect to do light leaks and stuff. Let's see if it was just the fact. I think it might be that quality mode is broken. No. Oh, wait, no. My apologies. I again forgot that I've got another batch to go. It hasn't actually changed yet. Man, my internet keeps kicking me off tonight. It's resuming, but it's causing havoc. Interesting. Right. Because if I'm right, I think that something in maybe the motion compensation, I don't know, something went wrong. Yeah, the fast, see, this is built to be fast. So I'll be honest, I probably never even tested quality mode. Bad Johnson. But the thing is, I was doing it to get this, which I've got. Obviously, if I can get this overlay to be a little bit better. That's perfection there. But this is 1920 by 2304 and it's 60 frames per second. So I'll post it up in the Discord in the video sharing so you can have a look at it at your leisure. 15 megabytes. So yeah, I'll chuck it in there for you to take a look at. And let's just upload the workflow because that's what we do. Where is it? Workflow. Why are none of these workflow? Grr. Workflow. Okay. And everybody's back. See what I mean? The internet's like all over the place tonight. I don't know why. I don't think it's me either. I think it's like YouTube, which is interesting. So yeah, we got text engine. Text engine. Now, did I already save text engine? Video V70. Let's just put it to V80 just to be sure. I don't remember which version it was. Save as. Export. Where is it? Here it is. Text engine video, ladies and gents. With background swap if you want. Now, if you want to do a video background swap, we've already covered that in the past. We've already got a an example. But if I show you in the workflow what I'm talking about, on the workflow, this one, the top row is loading an image which is being multiplied by the length of the video. Okay, same technique that we used in the frame node. Okay, but like broken up into bits. So obviously, if you want to use a video here, right, you don't need to mess around with this. What I would do is I would use, I'll just show you, I'll mock up real quick. So if I just go video load, okay, it would go, let's just duplicate it. So it would go into there, and then this one will go into there. You don't need the repeat because it is a video already. Only reason we're repeating the still is so that it matches the length of the, the video that we're working with. Okay. So if you want to use a video background, it's very simple to just not, bypass all of this image stuff. Don't need that. Just go straight into the video text. And then you can have a video background with your video overlays. Okay? Just an interesting note. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that. Okay. So that's that one. Now, did we change? Yes, we did. We needed to do VidGen Companion fast mode because it is fast. It is fast. Considering it can do, because look, 4K, 60 FPS in 5 minutes, and this is a 90 frame, 3-second animation. It's not bad, not bad. I'm going to actually leave it on 2.0, for the sake of sanity, because I know some people probably can't handle the 4K mode, just hardware restriction, but it's just to say, you just change that and there you go. So I'm going to change this one to VidGen Companion, and this will be the fast version, because it does use VidGen Companion fast. I'm going to say fast 4K. Well, no, I'll say 2K. I just don't say it. I mean, it's 60 FPS, but so is the other one, so I do think it looks better when you do the interpolation like this. And there is a sort of debate over whether you should do the interpolation before or after, and I say if you're doing 2 to 4K, do the interpolation first. But if you're going to go over 4K, I would probably do the wait. Sorry, if you're going to go smaller than 2K, do it the other way around. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you start with a small image, 2K, you may as well do that after. Because it can handle it. But if you make it too big, this is why I've gone this way round. Because if you make the images too big, rifle crash. Simple. That's all it is. Okay. Have we saved this yet? Companion, VidGen Companion fast, I believe we have. So let's go upload it. VidGen Companion. Fast mode. You need to cache every 2 frames if you have large images. Interesting. So I've showed you this. He is out of there. So obviously when we come back for writers tomorrow, we're going to be looking at desktop publishing and the finishing of the book. Okay, the finishing and the publication of the book. Obviously the draft editing stage can take months because it's about you and your time and how quick you read through it and whether or not you want to change it and how much you need to change it, right? So I'm obviously, as I say, wanting to present the outputs as is, because otherwise there's ambiguity over how much I did to it. And I'm obviously coaching people on getting up to speed with the tools and the processes. So it's not really about how good I am at editing a book. It's about how good the system is and what I can expect before I put my heart and soul into the editing process, okay? So in a way, the books are actually educational training materials. Which I will refer to endlessly. But if you want to buy them, they will be available over on Amazon at some point. I'll probably do like a soft cover collection for each 3 with artwork from the models that we've trained. But then there'll probably be like a hardback omnibus. It depends if they let me print that many pages. Because I'm thinking about putting it all into a hardback omnibus with a load of art in it, and then I'll keep that as a collector's item for myself. If nobody else buys it, I couldn't give a monkeys, you know, because it's kind of extreme collector's edition stuff. But the reason I'm doing it is to show that you can do it too. And that is where I'm going to leave you tonight, because that's it. We've just peaked. That doesn't, you know what I mean? That's the goal. Get those ideas out of your head and up online. You want to make music? You want to write books? You want to do comics? You want to illustrate? What is it? We can do it all. And it's going to become a one-stop shop very soon. As soon as we get more video capability in 3D, it's done. So, thank you all for joining me once more. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And that's a wrap.